friends, welcome back to the Hooligan Knitter podcast episode. I am your host and resident hooligan, Sierra, and this is my second time recording this podcast. Yeah, so basically I got a new laptop and I was like, cool, I'm gonna try filming on my brand new fancy dancy laptop. Because that way maybe I can edit things a little more consistently. Um, no, I had so many issues with the lighting and then also the coloring, tinting. It was terrible. And then I realized that I can just connect my iPhone to my laptop. So I get the iPhone quality and then I can actually, edit on my laptop. Um, yeah, I know. It's upsetting, huh, buddy? Right. Do you need some love? Anyway, also, it is incredibly, hazy, overcast, gloomy, disgusting outside. So we're doing our best with the lighting. I'm sitting in front of my big old bedroom window to, try to maximize any bit of light that I can. And then I do also have 3 lamps lit in front of me. So, we're doing our best today, folks. Our best isn't very good, but we're doing it anyway. Also, I'm struggling because this whole time, I recorded this whole thing. It was 40 minutes long, and I looked at my laptop camera the whole time, but now I'm using my phone and that camera is down there. But now I'm used to looking at the laptop camera, so basically I'm sorry for the mess you are about to witness. All of last episode, Max sat very nicely in a loaf behind me and just hung out. So we'll see if we get another 30-40 minutes of him being well behaved. We'll see. Anyway, I also did my real life first reaction to this coffee in the podcast that will never see the light of day. Basically, I decided I don't like it, so I'm not going to share the brand or anything. If you want it, you can DM me. Should I just... Fuck it, I have 70 subscribers. It's this. Alani coffee. You can focus? There we go. The flavor's fine. It's just kind of watery and has that protein powdery, chalky feel. If you can hear that noise, that is Mac. We have little balls of catnip, hard balls of catnip that you stick onto the wall and they rotate in the little holder. So he's enjoying some fine catnip. And I'm sorry for that noise. Anyway, let's do this again, shall we? I don't have any finished objects this time, and that's fine. It's been kind of busy, a couple weeks at work. I was actually planning to record a podcast last weekend, but then my best friend Becca came to stay with us for the weekend, and I would rather have Becca than a podcast. So, y'all are getting this a week late. Sorry. But yeah, no finished objects, and that's fine. It's a little unusual for me because I am typically a pretty quick knitter. Mac, my guy, I think we've had enough of the nip. Okay. So, yeah, a little unusual for me to not have any finished objects. But that's okay. It is what it is. I will show you the couple of things I've been working on for the past couple of weeks. Start with the least exciting. I am knitting some just vanilla socks for my husband. I don't remember if the first one was finished last time I recorded, but here she is. She's a sock. What to say? I knit this toe up, fish lips kiss heel, 2x2 rib, cuff, and I am knitting these out of Drops Fable in the colorway Salt and Pepper. I've started the second one. I have finished the foot of the second one. I just need to do the heel now, and then continue on my merry way. I did go through the trouble of managing the yarn so that they do match. Wow, go me. I'm amazing, I know. You can stop applauding now. But yeah, these I've just been picking up and doing a couple rounds on here and there. Yeah, not super exciting, but I love me some vanilla sock knitting. What can I say? Next. Let's talk about my Soho top by Caidree. I've done like 2 inches on this since I last recorded. Not a ton of progress, but a little bit. So I'll show. This blue marker down here is where I was last time I recorded. So yeah, we've made some progress. I could probably get that yarn out of the way. We're trucking along. It's got this nice little side faux seam detail. Oh my god, get out of the way. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, not much else to say. This is the Soho top by Caidree. It's just a garter stitch tank top. I think I'm going to finish this ball of yarn and then go back in and pick up around the neckline and the straps to do the I-cord edging, just to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, I haven't gotten a ton of work on this because now it's just garter stitching around, which is nobody's favorite, I think. But it'll be cute. I am working on it slowly but surely, and we'll get there. The yarn I am using is Juniper Moon Farms Neve, which is 100% cotton, although I will say that for a cotton yarn, it doesn't suck. Usually knitting with cotton is my worst nightmare, but because of the construction of this yarn, I don't know if you can really tell, it's not really plied, it's a chained construction, so it's not very splitty. Come on. Sort of. And because it's chained, it doesn't suck to work with, basically. So that would be my recommendation. If you decide to torture yourself and knit something in cotton, look for a cotton yarn that is chained instead of like a normal ply. And I think you'll have a better time. It's also pretty soft cotton, so not really any complaints here about the yarn. Just trucking along with garter stitching around and then doing some I-cord. The most exciting thing, in my opinion, that I've been working on the past couple of weeks is the Vargo by Sari Nordlund. Last time I recorded, I had just started the collar work. I had done the collar and was just getting to the fun part. Since then, I've knit most of a sweater. Look at her. Wow. She's beautiful. I love her. Let's talk about her. So yes, the Vargo by Sari Nordlund. For yarns, I am using Harrisville Designs Highland base. That is the main color. Colorway is Russet. And then the white contrast color is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. Yeah, Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the color Fossil. Modifications. I have made a couple because that's just what we do here. The pattern calls for, after you finish the color work on the yoke, to do just stockinette in the round in the main color until you reach a certain length before you split for sleeves. I didn't do that because I have a pretty short torso. I am a whopping 5'2". I don't need that deep of a yoke. So I didn't do that. I just split for sleeves. Or no, sorry, I did the short rows and then I split for sleeves. The short rows in this are done in the back below the color work. So most sweaters, at least the ones that I've knit, will have their short rows right after the collar at the back of the neck to raise that neckline. This one, you just start the color work. So it's the same on the front and the back. You do the color work, or excuse me, the short rows after the color work, so it is identical on the front and the back, just a little bit like raised up. I did tie a little bit of scrap yarn of a different color in the back of the neck, just so it's like super easy to identify which way to wear the sweater. It's pretty obvious because the back is taller than the front, but I don't know, this is just something I've been doing lately. I've been doing it in the backs of the necks in all of my sweaters. This is not like a new thing I've invented. Other people do this, but something I've been doing. Wow, my camera is like lagging really badly. Maybe this is a bad idea. We're gonna keep going and hope that it is okay. If this is like the worst quality video I've ever uploaded, we won't ever do this again. But yeah, Vargo. And then I decided to do some color work around the bottom hem because I'm an animal. And then I did ask most of my knitting friends if I should make the bottom ribbing longer, because right now it's only 5 rows. So I asked 8 people. I asked 8 different people if I should make the ribbing longer. All 8 said yes. All 8 told me yes, make the ribbing longer. It needs to be longer. I did not listen to any of them, and I bound off after 5 rows. And because of that, the bottom hem is flipping up, like terribly. It will not stay flat. So I'm not even sure that blocking would fix this because it's so severe. So yeah, long story short, when 8 people who are all probably better knitters than you tell you that you need to do something, maybe listen to them. So yeah, after I finish the sleeves, I am going to go back in and undo this hem and add some length because I'm not good at taking advice even when I ask for it. I will do that again probably. So don't look too closely at the hem, it will be better. And then for the sleeve, I did do some sleeve modifications. Maybe the most obvious right off the bat is I added that same little color work motif around the cuff, just for the hell of it. Yeah. I was originally knitting the sleeve to pattern with the recommended decreases, And I got, halfway down the sleeve, decided to try it on, and the sleeve was way too tight. Um, I mean, I could still get my arm through the sleeve. It wasn't, cutting off circulation or anything like that, but it was much tighter than I like my sleeves to be. And I still had to decrease another, I think, 12 stitches. So it was. You have something to add? Just love? Okay. So it was going to be a much tighter sleeve than I wanted it to be. Right. I don't like a tight sleeve. Personally, I don't. Um, so I ripped out, excuse you. I would like to make it known that when he's doing this, he's not actually biting or scratching. He knows better. He just, like, he's not using his claws at all. And then when he bites, he just sets his teeth on you. I'm not in any pain at all. He's just playing. Hey, can I have my arm back though? My guy? Hi, okay. So I undid the half a sleeve that I had knit. Okay. Sir. And I redid it. And I decided just to knit a straight sleeve with no decreases. Sir, they don't want to see your butthole. Straight sleeve, no decreases. Added some color work. Did a longer cuff on the sleeve than I did on the hem of the body. And now the sleeve is a much wider sleeve than I typically do on my sweaters. So it'll be interesting to see how I like that. Yeah, I don't have any sweaters with any hand knit sweaters with super wide sleeves like this. So we'll see how I like it. And if I like it, maybe I will do more, straight wide sleeves in the future. And if I hate it, then I know. But yeah, this will be done the next time I record. I obviously have just one more sleeve and then fixing the hem to do. I have a bit of a self-imposed deadline with this. So I am finally, after living in Minnesota for like a year and a half, getting a Minnesota driver's license. In like 2.5 weeks, I'm going to the DMV, or DVS, or whatever the Minnesotans call it. And I know that I'm gonna look like a hot mess in my driver's license photo because it's a driver's license photo, but at least I can wear my brand new colorwork sweater and my sweater will look good and it will be forever memorialized in my ID. So my goal is to get this done and blocked and like ready to go in time to wear for my driver's license photo. I think that's totally doable. Like I said, I have like 2.5 weeks. And all I need to do is knit another sleeve and fix the hem. And it's worsted weight yarn, so it's not going to be like a terrible thing to do. I've already picked up for the second sleeve. And yeah, we're knitting in the round with no decreases, so I think I can cruise through this. I'll probably get the sleeve done this week. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's doable. But if it doesn't happen, that's okay too, because I've got time. You're such a little shit, you know that? Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're very handsome. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, those are my whips. Not all of them. I have 8 whips currently, I think. But these are the 3 that I've been working on since I last recorded. Let's talk about acquisitions, because my yarn ban ended, as we all know. And so I've got a couple little things to show. And I put them away because I had already recorded all of this. So there is a new yarn store in Minneapolis called Dandelion Fiber Company. And I'm not a Minneapolis girly. I'm much more of a St. Paul person. I live like just south of St. Paul, so the yarn stores that I go to are typically the ones in St. Paul or like very close to. But I decided to make the trek to Minneapolis because I wanted to support this brand new women-owned local yarn store. And I looked on their website and they had a lot of fibers that I had never gotten to squish in person before. They have Knitting for Olive, they have Sandnes Garn, Biche and Bouche. I don't speak French, don't come for me. And I haven't found those yarns in person anywhere else near me, so I decided to make the trek. And it's a super cute store. I don't know that it'll become my new favorite just because it is a little bit of a drive for me. I say that it's like a 25-minute drive. It's not that much of a drive. But there are other ones that are just closer. But I did want to go, like I said. And I walked away with these guys. And the color is not showing up super accurately. There we go. Aren't those fun? These are Kelbourne Woolens Perennial, which is 60% superwash merino, 25% Sari alpaca, 15% nylon. These are 10-gram fingering weight minis. And I bought a whole baggie of them. I bought like 8 of these, 4 in each color. And I decided that I needed to make some more Femme Legend socks. If you're new here, the Femme Legend sock is not like an existing pattern. It's just something that I made up and then named after my besties. I'm actually wearing the OG pair right now. That's all you get. But yeah, it's just 1x1 color work. But I did want to make another pair because the pair that like the OG pair, the first and only pair that I have, not holding up incredibly well. Because one of the yarns that I use does have 10% cashmere, which makes them incredibly soft and delightful to wear. But for the longevity, we're not doing great. Yeah, I'll show you like the bottom, I guess. Yeah. It's getting a little gnarly. I still wear these all the time because they are so soft and comfortable. But I thought it was time for another pair. So that's what these bad boys will be used for. I am a little bit nervous. The website does say that these can be used for socks, but with that 25% Sari, I am a little nervous. But it's fine. I mean, these little dudes were $4 a pop. So, and they're really, really soft. I am an alpaca bitch. I love alpaca. So, we'll see. I mean, obviously, these aren't holding up super great either, so who cares? Yeah, I just thought these would be painfully bright, insane socks. Like, I'm so excited to cast these on. I do want to finish the vanilla pair that I'm knitting for Hunter first, and then Hunter did also request a pair of colorwork socks. So I'll probably make myself make some progress on those before I cast these on. But in the meantime, I'm just enjoying squishing them. They're so squishy. Yeah. That's what I got from Dandelion Fiber Company. And then my last acquisition. So I know there's a little bit of overlap between people who watch this hot mess and Anna, Skeiny Legends' masterfully produced podcast. Oh no, there's a fire truck coming by. Nice. Okay. There's some overlap. So if you watched her last video, she said that I'm hosting a Cal. I'm not hosting a Cal. She's lying to you. What happened was, I am friends with Alexa from Hey Alexa Knit. I'm so sorry if I just set off your Alexas. So we're friends. And she and I were texting one night, and she was like, oh my gosh, it would be so fun if we did like a friend cal and knit something together. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, you're so right. Right, buddy. Yeah, that's what happened. So I sent her a screenshot of all the things that I have, you know, intentions to knit. And she looked through my list and said, oh, I want to make a mini mock neck as well. So I said, great, let's plan to do this. And the plan is to do it in March, because it's starting to get warmer, spring is here, start knitting some tank tops. So then I told Anna of Skeiny Legend and Johanna of Femme Knitted, and they were both like, sick, we're gonna do this too. So it's not a cal. There's like, there's no prizes. There's no like, it's not a cal. Don't believe Anna. It's just a group of hooligans knitting some tank tops. If you would also like to be a hooligan and knit a tank top at the same time that we are, by all means, tag me. I'm nosy and I want to see what you're making. But just please be aware that there are no prizes, there are no like rules, deadlines. Like, it's truly just a group of friends making some shit. Like, please don't think, like, I want to make that painfully clear. You are more than welcome to knit things with us, but you will not win anything other than my praise, which is probably worthless. Anyway, I bought yarn. I already had yarn to make the mini mock neck. To make 2 of them, actually. And I was not intending to purchase any more yarn for another one. But then Courtney of Silly Goose Yarns celebrated her 50th birthday. And for her birthday, she gave us a present, which was 50% off of her yarn. So I had to buy yarn. This is Silly Goose Yarns, obviously. Soft fingering base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Fingering weight in the colorway Iris, which is incredibly annoyingly difficult to get on camera. Sort of. It's more purple than that, I feel. Yeah, I mean, it's showing up super blue there, and it's not blue. Yeah, it's more purple. It's like a periwinkle. I don't know. It's beautiful, and it's incredibly frustrating that it will not show up on camera correctly. But I've had my eye on this colorway in her shop for a long time. But I have so much sock yarn. And I'm a sock knitter, so that's not like the worst problem to have. I do knit like a lot of socks. Um, but I really don't need to be buying more sock yarn. So I bought two and told myself that I'll make a mini mock neck out of it. But yeah, there's that. She's beautiful. We love her. Happy birthday, Courtney. I know it's been like a couple of weeks now, but thanks for the yarn. Um, that's all I got. Did I talk about anything else in my last attempt to record? I don't think so. Those are all of my things. Well, no. Those are 3 of my 8 current whips. All the yarn I've bought in the past 3 weeks. I've been pretty good. Good job, me. Yeah. That's all I got, friends. Tell me what you're making. Tell me if you are going to join our not Cal and make some mini mock necks. We have been jokingly calling it the MMM Cal, Mini Mock Neck March Cal, MMM Cal. Again, not a Cal. You're not going to win anything. But yeah, tell me if you're going to join. If you're not going to join, that's cool. I get it. Yeah, what were you knitting on while you're watching this? Tell me, I'm nosy. Tell me. That's it. I'll be back in a couple weeks, and I will be wearing my finished sweater. Bye, friends.